So I went scrounging around in my daughter's pen case and I pulled out this gem of a pen. And I'm going to do a little review on it. And it's actually it's a brand that I have a lot of fondness for, Faber Castell. Uh, as an artist, I've used Faber Castell like for years and years and years, color pencils and other objects they make. And they make beautiful tools. And they make some of the nicest fountain pens in many ways. I won't. It's hard to describe them. They're an interesting pen. Anyway, this is the Faber Castell Ambition OpArt. Blue Lagoon is the color, and it's an interesting little pen. It's well, it's not actually a little pen. If you look at it in comparison to, say, a TWSBI Echo, it's possibly just a little longer, but it's a lot thinner. Also, one of the interesting things is the cap is very small in comparison to the Echo, as you can see here. It's a pull cap, and it's quite a firm snap when you put it on. It caps very firmly, and when you pull it off, it's quite a, it takes a little bit of force. So I wonder if there is a little clutch mechanism inside that I think I can see, but I also wonder if there's a magnetic element to that where it really grasps the section. It's chromed metal cap. It has a nice spring clip action on it, very very stiff, but it goes up and down nice and so when you put that on it, if you put that on a pants pocket or a shirt pocket, I think it would hold on very tightly. The body is made from precious resin, as they refer to it, and there's a guilloche pattern engraved into the body of the barrel. When I first felt this, I felt it was some kind of high-end plastic. It feels it's a very hard material, but it has a nice texture to it. The engraving, when you rub your finger on it, has a nice, it has a nice sound to it, and you can see why it's called OpArt. OpArt was an artistic movement of the '60s based on optical illusions and how the eye reacts to color and line and different patterns and things like that. So yes, but guilloche is an architectural ornament formed of two or more interlaced bands with openings containing round devices. That's one of the definitions of guilloche, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But if I'm not, it's the Eastern Canadian pronunciation. We'll go with that. So, as I said, it's a slip cap, and when you hold it in your hand, it's a nice size pen. The section is, well, the section is almost not a section in some ways. It's it's very small. Your fingers are very close to the barrel. I tend to hold it a little further back, and I think my daughter does too. So yeah, it's not exactly comfortable holding it way down here because there is a step right here. And no, it's sharp, but it's not uncomfortable. It's just that you're kind of crowding your fingers when you're down here. It posts quite well, and once again, it feels it snaps on, and you really have to pull to get the cap off the end of the pen. So yes, I haven't really come across it saying that's magnetic, but it sure feels magnetic to me when it goes on. It's very tight. It's a cartridge converter filler, and as you see, you just hold on to the section there and turn the barrel, and it comes out quite nicely. And since my daughter uses this pen for drawing, I am going to ink it up using, I'm probably just going to go, yeah, I'm going to use platinum carbon black, which I use often in my own artwork. It's a very stable color. It doesn't damage pens, and it's waterproof when it dries, and tends to be it's light fast. It's very good for art. It's a little oops. I just splashed ink on the, yeah, on the nice leather. Wipe that up. So you put, ooh, I got ink everywhere. I'm doing great today, folks. So you just give it a couple turns and it fills up actually quite nicely. Actually, I'm not going to even give that a couple turns. I got a nice fill the first time. Just wipe it off, recap the bottle, put that back in. I really made a mess today. Oh well. There we go. Mondays, what can I say? Put that all back on. I'm gonna post that just for now. And yes, I have ink everywhere. Oh, my own roughness did that. So, when you post it, actually, and I like posting my pens, it does make it a long pen, and it's a heavy cap, so it's a little back weighted. That's one of the things I've noticed about it. So you do feel a lot of weight at the back. So oddly enough, even though I almost always like posting my pens, in some ways this actually feels a lot more comfortable unposted. And the thing I like about Faber Castell are their nibs. You could find, how would I describe their nibs? The quick brown fox. Now, this is a fine nib, and though I wouldn't describe this in any ways marketed as a flex nib, or is it really a flex nib? There is line variation in this pen. There's a springy bounce to it, and that's one of the things I like about these pens. There's that old debate, which is better, gold or silver. If you're curious about, quite often a steel nib is stiff, has very little line variation. Even nibs that are said to be flex nibs, I could think of a few, don't really flex. But the Faber Castell nibs, especially say medium, tend to have more spring to it than a typical stainless steel nib. They also have more flex I'm not going to say flex, I'm going to say bounce, than a lot of gold nibs, right? So if you're interested in a different writing experience, check out the Faber Castell. The Loom is a good one, and the Ambition is definitely a good one. There's a nice quality to these pens. They're well made. Yeah, they're not exactly inexpensive, but they're beautiful. Great made pens. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, I would love it if you subscribe, and I'm going to be doing more videos, of course. And I hope you had a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.